Venezuela is one of those countries struggling with growth. It's also one of the world's biggest oil producers, and the recent drop in oil prices is impacting the economy. Now the government is looking for alternatives to boost, well, revenue. And that may mean the country's beaches and tourist attractions, well, are going to be in focus. Martin Markovits has more.
Venezuela is home to the longest Caribbean coastline. Other natural wonders like rainforests and breathtaking waterfalls abound. But the tourists just aren't coming. Now, members of Venezuela's travel industry are discussing the government's plan to boost its faltering travel sector. Those who make a living through tourism say the government has its work cut out.
Colombia has a very strong marketing name in abroad, and Brazil also. So we need to focus on have a very good infrastructure, good resources for doing reservations, for finding tickets, and also start to marketing Venezuela in the international tourism sector.
There are hundreds of miles of tropical coastline to enjoy in Venezuela, but a lack of government spending in tourism and a deteriorating infrastructure has left many beaches like this one empty.
For years, Venezuela relied on its lucrative oil industry as its main source of revenue. But with the drop in oil prices and a shortage of dollars, President Nicolas Maduro's government is now looking to tourism to stay afloat. Caracas is hoping it can generate 9% of the country's gross domestic product in the next 5 years. Plans are to create 60,000 jobs in the tourism sector, attract more vacationers from Colombia and Brazil, and promote Venezuela's food and culture around the world. But many travelers say it's not a lack of attractions keeping them away. Rather, it's because the country's homicide rate is one of the world's highest. But government officials say it's an unfair image, perpetuated by the Western media, which vilifies Venezuela's socialist government.
Our problem with security isn't as big of a deal as in other places. Our fundamental problem is an image problem. We're fighting a media war with many transnational media outlets. It's meant to damage the Bolivian revolution and perpetuate the idea that we have an ungovernable country.
And changing that image is at the forefront of revamping the travel sector. But with Venezuela's economic problems and its long-standing neglect of that industry, it will be a difficult task ahead. Martin Markovits, CCTV, Caracas.